Hi, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz. Welcome to CHISEL IT Circle Sculpt. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat. If you want to increase the intensity, you can add some light ankle weights and or some light hand weights, but we will be doing a lot of work with our hands on the mat, so you'll probably have to drop them for some of the exercises. We're going to get right into it with some groupings of exercises that will really target the hips, opening the hips as well as every part of the body. Okay, are you ready? We're starting in a hip width position, and I want you to come down and squat with your tummy pulled in, your back nice and flat. Come down as low as you can, and then just start opening your hip down and around, down and around. So I'm not using my arms at this stage because I'm just wanting to focus on that circular motion with my hips, and I'm pulling my tummy in, and I'm really trying to keep my back flat. So I'm hinging forward, circling around, and then coming down, making sure that my weight is in the heels, down and around. We're going to do a few more like this, and then we're going to angle it slightly to open up even more. So go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. I'm just going to come to the front of my mat. So same thing again, but this time we're going to open out to the back. So then your feet are going to be in an L shape, and then open back to the front, to the back, and to the front. So slightly slower, picking up that foot, giving you a nice balance challenge here as well. If you ever need to hold onto a chair for any of our moves, you can do that. But balancing helps you to engage your core a bit more. Back and front. Let's do 3 more like this. And front, then we're going to add on again. Back and front, last one. Back and front. Now I want you to stand up, rotate twice, and then fall to the back. Back to the front, down, stand up, rotate twice, and fall to the back. I know this one's tricky. Rotate twice and to the back. Always sinking nice and low with that flat back and back. If you want to use your arms for balance, you can do that. Back to the front, rotate twice, fall open. Don't worry if you wobble. I'm wobbling all over the place. This ground is super uneven. A few more like this. Opening out each time. Let's go for 4. And front, 3. And front, 2. And last 1. And front. Nice job. Now what we're going to do is come into a V position with our feet, and we're going to start curtsying to the back with both our feet turned out. If you can, sink down low and tap the mat, and then we're going to come up with a round kick. So it's an extension to the back, down and around. So try and pick a focal point and really stick your glutes out to the back and make a really wide circle. I'm using my arm in opposition to help me balance there. Your tummy's pulled in, and you're sinking down low with that back knee around. Don't worry if you lose your balance. That means you're just using so many more muscle fibers around. If you want to wear footwear, that will help you with balancing as well. Big circle, a few more like this, and then we're going to add on again. For 2, for 1. Now what we're going to do is put up hands down, lift the front leg, and do big circles. So we're going to do a few here just to get used to the form. So your hands are down, your arms are straight. It's like a down dog position, and you're just circling that leg up, around, and back down. Up, around, and back down. When we put it in the combination, we're going to do 2 of these, then plant it back to the front, then stand up and circle the back leg like we just did before. So let's go for 4, 3, 2, big circles, 1. So do 2 from here. It's 1, 2. On the second one, plant the leg forward so your weight is in the heel. Then stand up and do that circle. Come back down. We're doing 2, 1, 2. On the second one, plant it forward, stand up and circle. So I want you to really get your balance on this plant before you stand up and circle. Down and around. Big wide circles. Weight is in the heels here and around. You go at your pace. If I ever go too fast, then just slow it down. Once you see the exercise, I want you to execute perfect form each time. Around, around and plant it, and circle it. Keep going. Big circles. The bigger the circle, the more you're going to open your hips and work your glutes. Squeeze your leg at the top. So here, squeeze your glute as your leg comes up. We're going to do 3 more. Down, 1, 2, plant it, and around. This is 2. Plant it, and around. And this is the last one. Plant it, and around. Nice job. Now we're going to do handstand simulations. So if you're not ready for this, choose one of the modifications. We're going to start off really simple. We're going to keep our feet turned out again. We're going to come forward and just bring our leg up and then tap back. Forward, bring the front leg up and then tap back. Now, once you have done this one, you can start to lift that bottom leg off slightly. So keep the top leg straight and lift off slightly and back. If you want to advance it even more, the next step is to bring the back leg in half and step back in half. That gives you a bit more air time, and step back. And finally, you can meet your ankles together and step back. Up high and back. So we're just creating that momentum, and now we're going to do a few more of these and we're going to add on. So your arms are super straight here and you've got your tummy pulled in really tightly. Let's do 3 more like this. Forward, 2 and 3. Now come down, stay in a down dog, and we're going to use our back leg and we're going to circle around and around. So you're keeping your leg bent, your knees facing down, and you're doing those big circles around and around. It's up, around and down, up, around and down. So once we put this in with the handstand, we're just going to do 2 of these. So remember, this is like a down dog position, so you're activating your shoulders, your arms are straight, your tummy's in, you're looking down at your mat. Go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's do 2. 1, 2. Plant your foot forward, then fall forward and choose your handstand option. Then go back down. 1, 2. Plant your foot forward and handstand and back. 1, 2. Plant your foot, weight is in the heel, and then come forward with your hands. Around for 2, forward and up. And remember your options. You can just do a leg raise. So if you want to, you can just do this and come back. Around for 2, or you can do the back leg bend, around for 2, planted, or ankles crossed. Keep going. So you really need to circle really high here. Squeeze your glutes. Weight is in the heel here and then up. Your whole body is involved here. A few more and up. Let's do 3 more. Around for 2, forward and up, 2 more, planted and up, last one, around, for 2, planted and up. Awesome job. We're going to come down into a push-up position. You can do it on your toes or you can do it on your knees depending on your strength. We're going to do circles with our upper body. So this is what it looks like on your knees. Your hands can be as wide as your mat. I like to turn my fingers out. We're going to circle forward, center up, forward, center up. Hold your tummy in, look down at the mat, around to the front, center up. If you want to bring your knees right in, if that's too much for you, you can do it like this. And if you want to advance it, you can do it on your toes. Center up, around, center up. I'm going to do mine on my knees because I've already done a million push-ups today, but please advance it if you're ready. Center up, around, center up. Now we're going to couple this with another leg circle. So let's go 2 and up and 1 and up. Stay in this tabletop position and we're going to circle this leg now, but we're going to open it right out, around, open it. So before we had our knee facing to the mat, and now we're opening our hip really wide, bringing that leg as high as you can, squeezing through your obliques, through your hips, through the side of your glutes, all the way up. When it's in the routine, we're just going to do 4 of these around. So let's start with our 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come back forward, choose your position, and 2 and 1. Back again, it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward, circle around and up, circle around and up. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tummies are in. Circle around and up, circle around and up. Try to come close to the mat with your chest. 3, 4, around. If you're choosing the intermediate version like me, make sure your butt is down when you're doing those push-ups. 3, 4, circle around, circle around. Keep going. Up. 2, 3, 4. Come down, around and around. Let's do 3 more sets. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the front, to the front. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set it up, circle around, circle around. Last time on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and around and up, and around and up. Nice job. Now we're going to go onto the triceps. So I want you to sit with your legs in front, put them approximately hip width apart. You can have your fingers either facing your hips or slightly turned out, but keep your arms in close by your body. We're going to come up and we're going to come around and to the front. So it's like a rotation, but I want you to keep your butt off the mat, and I want you to really think about lowering and lifting through the elbows. Around, front and back, all the way around. Feeling the back of your arms, making sure you're keeping them close to your rib cage. We're going to do a few of these, then we're going to add in another inner thigh rotation. So let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can either sit down, and we're going to do big circles like this, or you can stay up. I'm going to stay up, and I'm really going to open my leg to the side so the inner thigh faces the ceiling, and then come back up and sweep around and around and around. These are big open circles, and I really want you to try and turn that heel up so that you feel your inner thigh engage. When it comes to the routine, there's only going to be 2 of these and then 4 of the triceps circles. So let's go for 1, for 2, put your leg back down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Come up, circle. For 2, bring the leg down, back. 2, 3, 4. Push out of the shoulders here, big circle. For 2, back down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, circle. Big circles. It's up and then place it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 more sets. Remember, you can sit down on your butt to do these leg circles if you prefer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Around and around. Back. 2, 3, 4. This is the last time. 1 and 2. Up and place it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome job. Now we're going to lie all the way down and we're going to do some hip raises. So lie down on the mat. If you want to, you can keep your head up. Your feet are parallel and they're hip width apart, and we're just going to blow out and we're going to circle around to the front. Circle around to the front. So I'm actually keeping my hips high the entire time, circling and pushing up. Circle, push up. Really think about pushing your hip bones to the ceiling and squeezing your glutes. High, high. Circle and up. Up. So I'm just rotating to the front, coming to the center and pushing up. It's not a full rotation, it's a half rotation. Around and up. Keep going. Squeeze those glutes. Push your hips up and up. Breathe through it. Up. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to walk your feet out to the edges of your mat and come up on your toes. Bring your heels in closer to your butt and bring your knees closer together. They're not going to fully touch, but they're going to be closer. And we're going to do the same rotation. Around and up. Around and up. Pushing as high as you can. Up on your tippy toes. Blow out as you push up. Up. You have larger range of motion now on your tippy toes, so take advantage of that. Around and up. Keep going. A few more. Breathe. Squeeze it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to do some abs. So I want your legs up in the air. There's going to be options here. I'm going to keep my legs straight and I'm going to circle to the front, center, and up. Now, if you can't do it with straight legs, you can bend your legs like this and just keep it more shallow. If you can't come all the way down, you can keep your legs further up. So this is the full version. It's down, center, and up. Down, center, and up. You can keep your head on the mat, or if you want to engage your upper abs, you can come up like this. Down, center, and up. So as I said, if you want to keep your legs higher up here, that's going to be easier. Around, center, and up. Or if you want to bend, that's going to be even easier. But I want you to try a few with your legs extended, because you always should challenge yourself. A few more like this, and then we're going to add in some upper abs. And up, around. You can have your hands underneath your butt to help keep your back nice and flat. You're going to try and keep your back into the mat for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come up, put our hands here, and we're going to circle around to the front and back. Around and back. So you're circling to the front and center, then coming back, front and center, back, front and center. You don't have to come down as far as me. It's going to be easier if you stay up here. But if you really want to engage your upper abs, sink low and think of a C curve shape. Blow all the air out, push your chest forward as you bring your spine down. We're going to combine those two. So we're going to do 4 of each. So start with 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come back down and do your legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Help yourself up like this and then go straight into it. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and all the way back down, legs up. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come back up. It's back and around. 3, 2, and 1, and back down, legs up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do 3 more sets. So it's back. 3, 2, 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. This is 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. This is the last set. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Help yourself up. Come back up. And guess what? We're doing the whole thing again on the other side. So do you remember we're starting with those squats with the rotations? It's down and around and back in and around. So sinking low, your body's nice and warm now, which means you can sink even lower, and you're bringing your leg in and out, sticking your glutes to the back, pulling your tummy in, keeping your back really flat, trying to get that heart rate up again because we've been on the mat for a while now. So sink lower, right into those legs. A few more like this, and then we're going to open out to the back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, open to the back so your feet are aligned, and then come back to the front. So it's a back and a front, a back and a front. I'm tapping my elbows to my knees each time to give me a reference point so that I know I'm going low. You can even bring your hands all the way down if you wanted to, and down. Or you can just do whatever you want with your arms as long as you're sinking low. A few more like this, and then we're going to add in that hip rotation. Go for 3 and 2 and 1. Now come up, rotate, rotate, and drop to the back. Come back to the front, Tummy's in. Rotate, rotate, open to the back and to the front. Swivel, swivel, and back. It's a nice circle with those hips. Circle and back. Try to keep the weight in the heel of the supporting leg and hold your tummy in. I know it's hard. If you want to try and use your arms, you can. I'm on an angle downwards, so that is definitely not helping my cause at all, but I'm trying my hardest to balance here. And if I wobble, then I'm only human. Around, around, and open. Keep going, a few more. Around, and round, and open. Let's do 3 more. 1, all the way down. 2, and 3. Nice job. Okay, so we're doing those lunges again. So remember, your feet are in a turned out position and you're stepping behind as if it's a curtsy lunge. So both feet are turned out. You're going to touch down with your front hand, and then we're going to circle the back leg. It's down and circle. You can do whatever you need to with your hands in order to help you not to fall here. Pick a focal point in front of you and try very hard to balance with the weight in the heel of the front leg and coming down super low in the back knee. Around. If you can bring your leg up really nice and high, that's going to open up that hip even more. Around. Down. Around. Keep going, and then we're going to add in that down dog leg circle. Around. Let's go for 5. Sink low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come forward into that down dog, and we're going to do those circles, big circles. So check your form here. Your arms should be straight, and you're really pushing that leg up high. Your supporting leg is straight as you can have it, and you've got your tummy pulled in, your back is flat, and you're drawing massive circles. These are not little circles, they're huge. Look down at your mat. A few more like this, and then we're going to do 2 circles. Plant your foot and stand up and do that circle on the other side. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're starting with 2, so it's 1, 2, then plant it. Make sure you've got the weight in the heel before you come up and circle. Come back down. It's 1, 2, plant it, weight in the heel, and circle. 1, 2, forward and circle. 1, 2, tummies are in, and big circle. 1, 2, step forward and circle. Come on, you know this now. You've done it on the other side, so just give me all you've got. 1, 2, your legs are straight as they're circling, and if you need to slow it down, slow it down. 1, 2, plant it, circle it. Keep going, a few more. Plant it, circle it. Let's do 6. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. Big circle, weight in the heels. That's 4. 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2, and 6. Nice job. Okay, so now we're doing those handstand variations. We're going to start off with a leg up and then step back. So just do that with me. Shoot your leg up, squeeze your glute, and then step back. Now start lifting the back foot. Put your weight into your hands. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and lift slightly. Once you're comfortable with that, lift the back leg and fold it in half. So you never need to progress to this. If you're not comfortable with this, then don't do it. I don't want you to hurt yourself if you're not ready. And if you want to progress all the way, ankles together and back down. Tap your ankles and down. A few more like this, and then we're going to add in those back leg circles with the bent leg. And back. Let's do 4. It's 1. And back. 2. Back. 3. And 4. Now stay in a down dog. We're going to bend our back leg and we're going to circle it around and around. So your kneecap is facing the mat and you're going up and around, up, around and down. You're keeping that down dog. If you really can't do this, come down on your knee, okay? But I prefer you to stay in the down dog position because it's activating so many more muscle groups. A few more like this. Then we're going to do 2 of these and into a handstand. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now start 2. It's 1, it's 2. Plant your leg, fall forward, handstand. Choose your options. It's 1, it's 2. It's plant your leg, handstand. 1. Your arms are always straight here. Plant it, handstand. 1. Squeeze your glute at the top. Plant it, handstand. All the way up. All the way up. Keep going. 2. Up and back. Try to keep your supporting leg straight the entire time. That's going to give you a nice stretch at the same time as strengthening. Let's go for another 6. And up. And up. And back. 5. And forward. And up. And back. 4. And forward. Up. And back. 3. And forward, up and back. 2, squeeze that glute, forward, up and back. Last one, and forward, up and back. Nice job. So now we're doing the push-ups. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit. So you choose your options again. If you want to do them on your knees, on your toes, with your butt up in the air. I know we're getting tired now. There's not much more to go. So I'm going to turn my hands out, push my hips forward and come to the front, center and up. Front, center and up. So your options are all the way like this. That's going to take a lot of weights out of your hands and out of your chest. Or if you want to do the full version, come onto your toes and around, center and up. Around, center and up. I'm staying on my knees. Go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now stay in this position and remember those big circles around. So now we're opening our hip right up, bringing that to the front all the way. This should feel really good. Keep your tummy pulled in. Try to keep a flat spine. And bring that leg all the way up and around. Up and around. up and around. So we're going to do 4 of these and 2 push-ups. Okay, let's keep going for a few more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward, around, center and up, around, center and up. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it up, center and up, center and up. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. These need to be big circles. Every single one of them, chest all the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, around and up, around and up. Let's do 3 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Around and up, around and up. This is 2, 3, 4. Around and up, around and up. And this is the last one. 2, 3, and 4. Circle around and up, circle around and up. Nice job. Triceps time. So sitting back on your butt, remember you can either bring your hands directly in line or turn your fingers out, but they need to be in by your side. We're going to pick up our hips, circle to the back and front, back and front, around and front. So our triceps already got fully worked on the other side, so it's not really fair that we're doing exactly the same exercise, but we really need to work at the back of the arms. We don't want any wobble back there, especially when you're waving goodbye. So remember, we're going to do that leg circle. So go for 4, 3, 2, 1. You can either stay up or sit down, and it's to the front. So this is what it looks like if you're sitting down. You can just rest on your hands. You're circling to the front, opening out through that inner thigh, facing your inner thigh to the ceiling. If you're up, you're really pushing out of your shoulders. You can even look up at the sky or ceiling and go around and around. We're going to do 2 leg circles and 4 tricep circles. So let's go for a few more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now start your 2. It's 1, 2. Come up first, back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Around. For 2. Come back up, then set it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's around. For 2. All the way up, back down. 1, 2. Bend those arms. 3, 4. Around, around and up, back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more sets. You can do this. 1 and 2. Up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Around, around, up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yay, we get to lie down. Hip raises. So remember, your feet are parallel, hips width apart. You can lie all the way down, come up so that you're pushing your hips up to the ceiling and squeezing your glutes. We're going to start circling to the front, center, up, around and so you're pushing your hips to the ceiling and you're trying to straighten out from your hips all the way up to your knees, around, center. So you're squeezing for that split second there, trying to really bring everything up as high as possible. Around, center, up. All the way up. Squeezing as high as you can. You're never coming down. I'm never even touching my mat. See, my butt is always up. My weight is in my heels. My tummy's in. My shoulders are relaxed. Come on, a few more. And then we're doing those wider ones. Then we're onto abs and we're done. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now walk your feet out to the width of your mat. Bring your heels closer to your glutes and come up on your tippy toes. Your knees are going to fall towards the center. They don't have to touch. Same thing, around center up. So it's not a full circle. Remember, it's around center high. Blow out the air in the middle. Keep it high. You've got that larger range of motion now because you're on your tippy toes, so utilize that. Around center up. Around center up. Squeeze your glutes. Keep breathing. A few more. Round center up. 8, 7, big circles. 6, 5, push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're on to abs and then we're done. So remember your options. You can have your legs straight, slightly higher. You can bend your knees. It really is up to you. I'm going to keep my legs straight. If you want to put your hands by your butt and go to the front, center up. Circle, center up. You can keep your shoulders up if you want to engage your upper abs, or just keep them down because you know we're going to add in upper abs in a second anyway. So the closer you go to the floor, the more you're going to feel this in your lower abs. Really tight through the lower abs and make sure there's no space in between your back and the mat. Only come down to your point of control. If you come down and you can't bring your legs back up again, then that's too low for you. A few more like this, then we're going to add in our upper abs. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. So use the momentum to help you up. Arms are in front, belly button's in, and blow all the air out. We're coming around and to the front, back and to the front. So it's back, center, around to the front and up. Back, center, around to the front and up. Lean as far back as you can. Really engage your upper abs. Try to keep your feet on the mat. If you can't come down as low as this, then just stay up here. Okay, as long as you feel it, blow the air out as you come back. You're hollowing out through the abs. Around. A few more, then we're going to add those two together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, legs straight, go down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Help yourself up straight away. Come back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight back for 4, 3, 2, 1. And up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Use core strength to help you up. Don't just swing. 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. Down. 3, 2, 1. Come up. It's back. 3, 2, and 1. And this is the last one, so make it your absolute best. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is it. You've done it. Let's stretch it out. Over. So those lunges and squats and handstands definitely would have got your heart rate up a little bit as well. Come to the front. So you would have burnt some calories there, burnt some fat, which we all like to do. To the back, to the back. But because we did a lot of lengthening exercises like those down dogs, come into child's pose, you actually don't need a long stretch. All those circle movements are stretch sculpting. So up through the spine and down. It's like a dynamic stretch. That's going to lengthen at the same time as strengthening. One more time. And then just sit with your legs in front, chest forward. So you'll find that your muscles are actually quite supple now. You probably don't feel tight at all, like you would with some other exercises. And then just bring your legs in front and just stretch your glutes. And other side. And just interlace and push forward. And push back for those triceps and shoulders. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for my Chisel It Circle Sculpt workout. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.